The Friday Feed, the Friday Feed. Everybody wants their Friday Feed. Oh Jesus!
Actually, you know, you said fish noises. Like, do fish actually make that noise, or is that just like a thing they add in like Hollywood? Like, I've never heard a fish go. Like,
Yeah, me neither. They're normally underwater, so I can't really hear them audibly. But
yeah, like
I think it's like that's what I feel like. You know the way the bubbles come out of their mouths?
yeah.
It's like, I feel like that's what that sounds like.
To be fair, last time we tried to put the microphone underwater to hear the fish, it kind of just we had to get all this new equipment.
Oh yeah. Do you remember that? We got all the other equipment. Then we tried to do Stevie. We tried to communicate with your friends, your brethren.
Yeah,
It's a weird word, isn't it?
Brethren.
Is a word though?
Brethren, yeah.
But why? You know what I mean?
Like, why is anything a word? You just come up with a sound that you like the sound of, and you point at something and say that sound, and now it's a word.
Yeah, isn't that bizarre like that? Like, people work in caves and shit, and like eventually, like, they got so passionate about something they could express it in a sound other than like buh, buh, muh, muh, and they're like caterpillar. You know what I mean? Like,
Caterpillar was the first.
Caterpillar.
Caterpillar was actually the first word ever recorded.
In fact,
Yeah.
it was the first word I ever said when I was a kid as well.
They were pointing at a table at the time, but like they said the word caterpillar. Like.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fucking bad. Is there any insects though? Do insects weird you out, right?
A little bit. Like, I have that thing with animals where it's like, yeah, if an animal is like too close to me, I'm uncomfortable. But like, I love nature documentaries and zoos and stuff like that.
No way. So you can watch them. Do spiders freak you out or anything like that? Like,
Not like, no. But like,
Okay.
I think that's because like I live in Ireland, so if I see a spider, I know it's everything. You know, a spider can't.
Yeah,
hurt me.
yeah.
Like, it's just like a tickle. Whereas like if I was in the outback in Australia, I'd definitely be afraid of spiders. Like.
But loads of people, like majority of people even here, are like afraid of spiders. Like, the way they move, like aliens. I should probably put this on top of the equipment in case I spill it. The way they move though and shit, like I'm not freaked out by them, but I used to be until I got over that fear. I'd stare at them so long till there was basically how I lost the fear was there was a spider that had like all these babies in my room in that loan. And I was like, Jesus, like I'm in a bit of a moral conundrum here.
Yeah.
Like, do I be rid of them for my own like fear, or do I like? It was in winter as well. The mother had like a place for the children, and then like I stared at the one that freaked me out so long that I could actually see that it was a mother of children, and I literally never have been afraid of them ever again. It's really weird.
Do you ever see like when people do like you know, it's not quite microscope, but I don't know where is it? Is it like macro imaging? You know, when you do like really like close up images where they do it of like spiders and like
That's mad.
Like there's some of them that still look freaky as fuck, but like people did it to kind of be like, look, spiders can be cute, and they took all these pictures of like, and you know they had these like pure like cute
I've
looking
seen
eyes.
that.
And
They
stuff.
look really cute. Yeah.
Yeah, and like some like people were still looking at them and be like, nope.
Yeah. No, I definitely. That's what's weird because those photos, I seen those photos, and I can see both perspectives. I can stare at till it's cute. Do you ever remember the black, white, blue, red, yellow Menopause dress? This is a black and white dress, or blue and gold, or something like that. Where if you stare,
white and gold or blue and black.
yeah, but I could see both. Like when I stared at it long enough, that I could see both.
I could for that thing. I could only see white and gold. And
Really?
I genuinely thought people were taking a piss. And then one day I like blurred my eyes and it turned blue and black, and I literally shat myself. Like
yeah. It freaked you out. Like you're like I literally just transported into another realm.
And I was like, what the fuck? And Megan thought I was taking the piss. Like she was like, no, you're not actually seeing the other color. And I was like, no, watch, do the same thing I did. And then she was like, what?
Yeah, it actually freaks you out. That same thing happened to me, but I could do that with those photos of the spiders where I could see they're cute and I could stare at them long enough where they go, yeah, that's kind of scary, terrifying. And then they're cute, terrifying, all in the one photo. It's really weird. But yeah, speaking of cute, do you think it's weird if you like match with your cousin on Tinder?
Probably, yeah.
Like, I was thinking, I haven't now, alright. What? First or second cousin, yeah, that's like that. Wait, you're saying first and second's not weird, or it is weird?
Apparently they say it was. Is it first is weird and second isn't?
That's okay. Yeah, what do you think?
I think I
First
think it's something like birth defects are more likely if it's a second cousin.
Yeah. I know none of the cousins. I think is the way forward.
I suppose like if I don't know, like did you know this person was your cousin?
No, it didn't actually happen. I was just something I was thinking about. Like,
sorry, did you know this person was your cousin?
Yeah. But yeah, no. But I was thinking about it. I'll explain why I was thinking about it next week. No, but yeah, I was thinking about because like Tinder, like and shit like that there's no regulation on it in terms of like it didn't happen. Like no one I even know has ever come up on any app like that I used, and I checked them out before in the past, and it never happened, whatever. But I remember thinking at the time, like, what if like someone like, because how did you regulate that? How do you stop someone's cousin appearing on their dating profile website? Like,
well, like it would be that weird if someone did, because like it's not like
because it's not regulated.
But it's like it's not like a pornographic thing or anything. You know, like it's literally just like it'd be like their profile pictures from Facebook. So it'd be like it's no different than seeing those. You know, there's nothing. There's nothing you'd see on Tinder that would like you wouldn't see on Facebook. You know, it's
but
like,
you know, did you use Tinder? Yeah.
Yeah.
But doesn't it do a thing like where when you swipe no, and if the person matched with you, it'll tell you missed a match.
Oh, I didn't used to do that when I was on.
Alright, no. But like if someone that swiped yes on you but you didn't know or something like that, I think it does, and then it goes, oh, you've missed a match. But what if that came up? So if you swipe, obviously you go, well, this is a close family member of mine, and I'm gonna swipe no, and then you swipe no, and it said you missed a match. How would you react? Like, would you call them? Or would you say not and then just sit there at Christmas dinner and embrace it?
Yeah, you definitely just awkwardly avoid them forever.
It'd be weird. Oh yeah, but the reason I ended up thinking about that as well is because would you find it weird? Because in Ireland, a small country, and there's lots of like very common second names. Like, would it be weird for you? Would you be able to go out with someone who had the same second name as you, but wasn't related?
Oh, I don't know.
It's interesting, isn't it?
See, I know people that's happened with, like, so.
Yeah, like there's nothing wrong with it as well. I just like, would it be a bit of a hurdle? Like, there's nothing wrong with it at all. Like, don't take that at all. Like, it's a common thing, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know.
The reason I think I find it weird is because my name is not that common, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why I would find that weird. I feel like if your name's common, it's like less weird or something.
Well, if you met someone who was also called Kieran Constantine,
I would.
and you weren't related.
I would be. That I wouldn't even care what they look like. That would get me going. What? Yeah, he's a basketball player in America, and I keep messaging him, and he never replies. He just never replies. I have like messages.
Is that why you're dressed like a basketball? You're just trying to get his attention.
Yeah, so he can play with me. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, like it's weird. Like if I think like I'd say I have about 4 years now of messages. Like I message him every about 4 more months and just say what's up. I just going no joy and shit.
That just reminds me of that thing. I think a few different people did it. But I remember seeing like memes of like someone would just like create a group chat of just say like John Ryan.
Yeah,
and add like 50 people called John Ryan, and then they'll be like, only one of you can survive, and then they leave the chat, and they just have the chat there with 50 people with the same name.
Wait, say that again. So
like it'd be like you would make a chat of like 50 people called John Ryan, and then you post a message be like, only one can survive, and then you leave the chat.
All right, that's funny. Yeah, what was I going to say? Do you know what I find weird? Do you know like the term vanilla? Like if someone says something is vanilla, it is plain.
Yeah.
But because vanilla ice cream in all the collective eyes is the plain one, like it's the plain one to get. But why is vanilla and chocolate not vanilla? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because like
why is chocolate not the plain one? Why is vanilla the textbook plain ice cream?
Cause I think it's the one that the majority of people like, you know. So it's like the safe option. Because like I wouldn't eat chocolate ice cream.
Oh, and you'd say that out loud publicly, like.
Yeah.
And you'd be proud, you'd be okay with that, like.
Yeah, because
you don't like it.
I mean, if you like chocolate ice cream, you'd want to be friends with people who don't like chocolate ice cream, because then they're not going to take your ice cream.
That's good. So you'll never take my chocolate ice cream.
Yeah. So
I love you, man.
It's like I don't like sour cream and onion Pringles, and everyone loves them. So like, I'm never going to take people's sour cream and onion Pringles. So
you're a good guy to have around.
Yeah, except for the fact that I hate the smell of them, so I won't actually sit near you when you.
So you'll hate the person. Yeah.
Just a little bit, like.
That's funny. Do you ever think I think I smell at the moment and go for a shower now after this because I really have to. But like, I was weird. I was getting on the train worried about like, God, I'm going to be an awful nuisance. Then I remembered how smelly trains were once I got on. Like, Irish Rail is a smelly existence.
Yeah.
It's a smelly universe, Irish Rail, isn't it? Like,
like
from the stations to the bathrooms.
Oh, the bathrooms are fucking.
Yeah.
They're rank.
It's fucking weird. Like oh yeah, like when there's certain parts, like just say between Ballybrophy and Portlaoise, don't be in the bathroom because there's a bump there where the fucking water comes out of the toilet. Like there's a bump that every time, well, it's a bumpy stretch. So there's about a 60-second stretch on the train where if you're in the bathroom, the water is fucking flying out of the toilet and shit. And like, you know, I just, and it's like, why, I don't know, like, because they make the bowls really like tiny and stuff, like, you know.
Just, I don't know, yeah, that, I can't imagine sitting on the toilet.
No.
Just having the water just splash over your arse.
God, that'd be so, and then you have to like dry it, like, how do you
because
dry
like,
it?
what if it like splashes enough that it just like gets all over your pants, and then you have to get back out on the train with like a wet arse, and like people are like, what happened? And like you're not gonna be like, oh well, the train was bumpy and it fell out of the water.
Yeah.
You're just gonna look. Because
the more you try and explain it, the worse it gets. Like.
Yeah.
Like, do you ever do that? Like Joe, I hate as well as public bathrooms where you go in and it's already smelly, but you have to go, so you go in anyway. And then you come out and someone else is going in. Like, do you tell that person, like, do you go up to them and go, hey man, just before you go in there, that wasn't me. Like, there was another guy in there. Because then if you say that, then it looks like it was you. But if you don't, they're going to think it was you.
Like, I saw a poster lately. Someone was in work, just someone on Twitter, or was it? It was on Twitter anyway. I can't remember if it was a tweet or someone had taken a screenshot of Reddit.
Yeah.
But like they went into a bathroom at work and like someone had made like a massive shit, and there was like a queue of people behind them, and they were just like, they're going to think this was me. so they had to think what to do. So before they went to the bathroom, they just like took out like a bank card and like had to cut the shit in half so it would flush, because they just really didn't want people to know it was them.
My brain is turned off. Like, what the fuck?
Or sure, that reminds me of an even worse one I saw on Reddit.
What the fuck? That's mad.
There was a guy because I don't use Reddit, but I see screenshots of it on Twitter the whole time. Like, there was a guy who like, he grew up like, and all of his family like took massive shits, right? So it was
not a genetic thing.
No, but whatever their diet was in the house or whatever. But basically, it became a normal thing for, they had a knife in the bathroom that was called the poo knife.
What the fuck?
That they'd use to cut their shit in half so it would flush. And like, your man was at one of his friends' houses one day, and he came out in the bathroom and he was like, "Yo, where's your poo knife?" And all of his friends just stared at him like, what? And he realized like,
so he thought it was a normal thing that every bathroom had a poo knife.
So like he came out of a bathroom at someone else's house looking for a poo knife.
Oh man, fuck me, that's mad. Like, what the fuck? That's so awkward. And like, I would love to know, like, what happened? Did the friends explain, or were they too confused? Like, because the worst, imagine how heartbreaking it would be for someone to tell you that poo knives aren't a real common household item. Like, Jesus Christ. What the fuck, man? That's bizarre. What would you do in that situation though, if a part of you that left your body was too big to flush and there was a queue, and like would you I'm not going out of a bank card. That's fucking weird, man.
I suppose when you think about it,
I'd rather go out there and shout to everyone, I did that, than touch you with my bank card. Like,
but you know, like, it's kind of, if you're in like your own home, then it's, people know you, and it's just like, you know, people are
people love you.
People are going to turn around to you
for who you are and what you.
They're not going to turn around in 3 years' time. Like, do you remember that massive shit you took? Like, you know, it's like, don't forget about it. And then if you're in a place with strangers,
dinner, you did that time.
Yeah, and like, if you're in a place with strangers, like, you're never going to see them again. Like,
that's true. Yeah, the smell thing though, I think is like awkward. I think I would be like, I've definitely gone up to people and said, hey, I didn't do that. Like, I never would. I said that would never leave my body. Don't ever think that about me.
Or actually,
they go, I won't. Don't worry, we're never.
With the smell thing, it reminds me, there was a comedian. I think it was a Irish comedian, Jim Owen. Like, his name is like the name Jim and the name Owen, but put together, so it's like Jim Owen.
Oh.
But he was saying, isn't it really weird that like, if you were on the street and someone came up to you and like offers their wrist and like, smell that, you will. But if someone came up to you on the street and like offered 2 fingers and like, smell that, you won't.
That's mad, actually.
So he was just saying like, he wants to just start putting like a really dodgy smell on his wrist and going up to people like it's like perfume, like, oh, smell that, and it just smells shit.
Yeah.
Like.
What? What is it?
Fabbing trend, like, girls are doing it, they're rubbing their wrists and stuff on their family, like, and then getting the smell and then doing it there and going up to men, and men are actually thinking that it's perfume cologne.
That's mad, yeah.
It's weird, like,
You're dead right.
Men, like,
Someone has to do it.
But it's weird. It's fucking weird. You're in the street, you're just going up to random men, and the men are like, it's weird.
Yeah. Content. It's all about content. That's kind of cool. My dream girl would be someone who was doing that, who wasn't videoing it. Do you know what I mean? Like doing it because for the love of the game. You know what I mean? Like the love of the game. Yeah. Respect the hustle. Yeah, I know. People are weird, aren't they, man?
Yeah, for sure.
But you can't get on with it. Like, wait, who? It is weird that we're all weird and that we think that we're not weird.
No.
But I don't know. Do you identify as weird? I think we all kind of
a bit, but it depends on what you're comparing to. Like, but I think
yeah,
it's
that's
that thing
a
of
good
like,
point.
if you meet people who aren't the same kind of weird as you, you find them weird. But if you meet people who are the same kind of weird as you, it's like the best thing ever. Because like, you know, it's like
yeah.
You know when like you meet certain people and you can
That's
like,
so
you can literally sit when you meet people and like you're that level of comfortable being weird that you can just sit in a room and not even have a conversation, just like fucking barking like a dog or making weird noises.
Yeah,
and you're all just like happy sitting there doing that. Yeah, whereas like the opposite is like if you're someone who doesn't find making random noises funny and you're sitting on a train, there's a guy barking beside you, then you're like,
like yeah, exactly. Like if we bark on a train, it's a bit of a goof or a bit of a gag. Like everyone's gonna laugh or whatever. But if a guy who's on the sex offenders list is barking, everyone goes quiet. Like
not even that, but just think of like if someone is being a different kind of weird to what your comfortable weird is, then they're like, they're really weird.
No, that is really true.
I think that's why I usually say I'm odd, because odd is usually a good thing and weird is usually a bad thing.
Yeah, weird. Yeah, weird. It can be. I feel like weird is what you're saying. It's not so what's the word like defined like because weird.
Yeah, a lot of people would use weird to mean like creepy.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you mean weird as in odd, like you know, you don't really describe someone who's really bad, a really bad person as odd, like you know, because odd is too soft a word, like.
But you know, there's so many words that have negative connotations, but can always be described in a positive way. Like someone said, "Oh, he's mad," or "He's weird," and it's like, "What?" Yeah, he's weird out.
Or that thing in Ireland where like a lot of the time you have to put like a negative word before a positive, like so it's like, geez, that band was awfully good.
Yeah, well, what the fuck?
You know, it's like
they're awfully good. What the fuck's that about?
I don't know. It's like
Jesus, those guys were horrendously awesome.
Terribly good weather. Like, do you know? It's like
Jesus, that's so weird. Jesus, we can't just accept that things are okay. Like we have to add like a negative thing to it. Like, that's very bizarre. But yeah, is there any time though, like, so people could say you're mad and like, oh, thank you, or you're weird, and like, thank you. Like, there's all these negative things that can be said positively about you. Is there ever a time where someone go, like, in a fun kind of, hey, you're really creepy? In like and you go, oh, thank you. Like in a fun, is that the one word that can't be said in a fun, positive way?
I wouldn't say it's the one word, but yeah, I'd say it's like if someone describes you as creepy, like
it's
kind of hard to take that as a positive. Yeah,
there's no like, it's not cute. Like it's never cute to be creepy.
Actually, hold on. If you were an actor in a movie,
and you had to,
and someone was creepy. Like, "You're really creepy," you'd be like, "Thank you."
Yeah, but if they were playing a part like a happy family guy, and they said that. Yeah, it's kind of like, no.
Or is there ever a time where someone says something positive but you take it as negative? The opposite. You know?
Like I mean, if you're like, people will. I was thinking about that when I was saying the cute creepy thing. Like there's, like, I like being called cute, but like there's obviously guys who wouldn't like.
They feel some people feel like the word cute is kind of like emasculating or something.
Yeah, like shit like that. Like I feel like, or there's words that might be positive but might be condescending. Like you're very lovely, or like, or do you know what I mean? Like there's people that would take offense to that.
Yeah, there's like, or it's like if I tell people I do music, it's like, oh, it's a great hobby. So there's no insult there, but it's like it's the condescending thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great way to pass the time.
Yeah.
And forget about your troubles.
So they're not saying anything negative, but the condescending tone is what makes it negative. Yeah.
I've devoted my life to music, and I will not stop. I will die trying. Oh, that's very cute. Yeah, good job. Like, you know, like, yeah, that shit's.
And what are you going to do with that? Teaching, is it? Teaching.
Yeah. Are you going to? Yeah. So there's no money in that, is there? No. There's money in You ever think about selling your body?
In what sense? Like, as in...
Not like in a sort of organ donor, like not like selling your organs, sort of like a late night adventurous way.
If I thought there was a market for me, I'd have no issue doing it. Like, I'm very pro sex work, to be fair. Like, no issues at all with it. Like, if you want to do it, do it.
But would you have like, I don't know, how much would you charge? I didn't have to answer that. No, I didn't know how to follow that up. So
well, I suppose my base price would be, I don't know, I can't do that.
Because what's mad is because you have to
there was a time in Maynooth, right? I was in a nightclub in Maynooth, and some random old man offered me money for sex. I obviously
How much did he offer?
I obviously didn't take it. He offered me 120 quid to go home with him. So I don't know what I would have had to do because I was just like, no, you're grand, thanks, and walked away.
Was that just to go home and then charge him more? Like if you said,
I did not ask.
Like he just wanted someone to walk him home. Like
you can imagine if you were in that situation. It's not something you stop and like you don't like sit down and like.
Did you think about it all?
File an invoice like and figure out what the details are. Like you just say no and walk
paying
away.
taxes on that gets a bit tricky because you have to like file like what you do. Like you have to tell revenue what you did last night. I don't want to tell revenue what I did last night. Yeah, no, it's a tricky.
But it was just weird to just.
But did you feel like 120 like for the first time ever been offered? Like I'd kind of be like, it's not that bad. Like I feel like I were a bit more, but like
I don't know what the market. I don't know what the market price is like. But
I don't know.
That seemed.
But I feel like for guys, like that's pretty. Like I think for what I know of the marketplace, like
for what I know of the marketplace.
Well, like why, like as in that's like well, okay, well, there's no way I'm not gonna try to think myself how I'd ever explain that. But like but I don't. It's not that often. I don't think I've ever heard of any guy like being offered. I know it happens, but like that's mad that someone came up to you. Like you weren't standing in a certain street corner that usually would happen.
No, just literally in a nightclub, just mind my own business.
Well, if
I never go to nightclubs, and one of the few times I went to Minute, that happened.
We need new podcast equipment. If anyone like, we'll think about it. But like, if you see me on the street, I'll think about it. But like, we need new podcast equipment. So you got to do what you got to do for the love of the game, the hustle. Do you have to sell your parts? Is that what you say? Is that the friendly way of saying it? Sell your parts.
I think it's just like selling sex.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not.
Is it sex? But you
clear.
can't touch sex. How
Yeah,
do you sell
but
it?
but like that's the service. Like.
Oh, okay. Service. I don't know. What's probably more. Yeah. I don't know. Will we finish up?
Yeah, sure. We'll finish there.
Yeah, we'll finish there, and we will be outside Supermax last night thinking about whether
we will be outside Supermax last night.
Shit, I was outside Supermax last night. Fuck, I revealed it.
But yeah, so we'll be outside Supermax last night and the night before that.
Basically, if you see new equipment, like we have a lot of money we need for this new equipment. So if the new equipment shouldn't be here next week, if it is here next week, you know what happened. Just email us. Comment below if you want sexual services. Cut that part out. All right, see you next week. Bye.
Bye. Comment